So let me get this straight. I'm somewhere that's not what I would call Earth. I'm seeing freaking dragons, and oh yeah, I'm talking to a cop! Did I just do that?
We did.
I just moved shit with my freaking mind! Yeah, okay, that is something I do now. I do magic, kill jacked up beasts, I'll probably fly next.
Hey there everyone, this is Captain Beefy with the Game Vault, and this is the Captain's Log. What will this be? 3/6/2023. We're going to talk about a couple games today. Both of them have been out for a little bit, and last week was kind of funky. I saw some crazy stuff going on, so I wanted to go over two things in particular. The first one we're going to go over is a very high-profile game that had a lot of expectations around it that failed miserably, and the second one's going to be a game that you may or may not have heard about, depending on who you follow, what you watch, and all that. But it was kind of born as the result of another big game that's been making some serious controversy lately, and that game is Hogwarts Legacy. But first off, let's talk about Forspoken, what happened with that game, and the fallout around it. So, Forspoken has a mediocre score for the PlayStation 5 on the Metascore of 64. And when I say mediocre, I mean on the low end of mediocre, based off of about 120 critic reviews. The user score is an abysmal 3.4, and that's based on 1,328 ratings. That's a lot of negativity there. Now, this is a game that I was looking forward to when I first saw it announced a year or so ago. It looked cool, it looked really cool. The cinematic trailer looked awesome. There was some cool gameplay to it and all that. And but as things wore on, and as you saw in the opening of the video, the dialogue is just bad. And I've talked about this before, and I'll talk about it again. And I just think it's this horrible thing that's kind of a generational thing. It's when you know you're getting older, is when you stop understanding culture around you. And maybe I am aging out of popular culture. Maybe I am. Maybe popular culture is decaying. I don't know. But in any case, I did not like the dialogue. In fact, I found it to be insufferable from some of the previews and gameplay that I saw. I was like, there's no way I can play this game for 15, 20, 30 hours, whatever it's going to take to finish it, and listen to that just horribly cringy banter between Frey and her cuff. I was like, ugh. I finally gave up on Marvel's Midnight Suns, which is another equally horrible game as far as the dialogue goes. On that one, I always say gameplay's great, I love it, but all the dialogue's just insufferable garbage. But in any case, there's some fallout regarding this game, and it looks like Square Enix has gotten rid of Luminous Productions. Basically, they've absorbed them back into their own main studio, which, that tells me they're not happy with Forspoken. I know the sales weren't that great. The sales were, let's see here. So I've got quick stats as of today on the VG Insights page here, and it's saying 165,000 units sold, gross revenue of under 10 million, 57.5 positive reviews, 242 active players as of an hour ago, 251 active in the 24-hour peak. For a game that's only been out for like less than 2 months, when was it released? January 23rd. It is doing very poorly. We can expect it to go on a huge sale soon, I'm sure. But yeah, not doing well at all. But Luminous Productions shut down, and they posted something on Twitter. An update from Luminous Productions. You may have heard the news that Luminous Productions is merging with Square Enix beginning on May 1st. Our talented team will join Square Enix to deliver new, innovative gaming experiences to players across the globe. Between now and then, we remain entirely focused on Forspoken. We are currently working on the previously announced patch to address overall game performance and the DLC, which is on track for a summer release of this year. Thanks for your support, yada yada. So they were established in 2018. Their vision was to make AAA games that fuse technology and artistry to deliver completely new play experiences. And they said having that chance to do that was a dream come true, and they appreciate the journey and all that kind of stuff. So, I don't want anything bad to happen to this team. Obviously, I support, they did a damn good job trying. I can never make a game anywhere near that quality. I'm not a game designer, programmer, or anything like that. But I'll tell you what, that writing team, they need to go. Whoever wrote the dialogue for this thing was just utterly awful. Absolutely awful. And I feel like they either need to go back to school and study how people talk, or just maybe get out from behind a keyboard and get off the internet and talk to people in real life and all that, because I don't know, it was so cringy. I'm no prude. I swear up and down I keep my channel as family friendly as possible, because I don't want a kid to be watching my channel to learn something or enjoy a game or whatever and have his mom or dad walk in the room and hear all this bad language coming from me and go, oh my god, that guy's awful, I don't ever want you watching him again. No, I'm out there for everybody. I don't care, young, old, whatever. So I got a little respect. But I play games that have language in it. I play games that are bloody. Look at Dead Space that just finished up recently. Big, bloody, nasty game, bad language in it. Other games have had bad language in them. It's it's part of the video game industry. She seemed to swear just for the fun of it, almost using it as punctuation and all that, which was, I don't know, very, very cringy. I was not pleased with it at all. It was just awful. So, in any case, Luminous Studios, RIP. But, hopefully they'll get absorbed back into Square Enix and be able to pick up and move forward with something new here in the future. We wish them the best of luck. And as far as Forspoken goes, I'm glad I took it off my wish list. I'm glad I didn't pre-order it. Maybe I'll play it if it comes onto PlayStation Plus one day for free. I don't know. I probably won't, to be honest with you. Even free seems like, it just doesn't seem like a game that really appeals to me. And I've got a ton of other games that I want to play that I haven't even got around to yet, so why would I bother with something like this? But that's it on Forspoken. Let's move on to the next subject. Alright guys, so here is the second game we're going to talk about today. This is on Steam, and it's called Turfenstein 3D, based off the old, Castle Wolfenstein back in the day. One of the original FPS games, the first-person shooters, the kind of great granddaddy of them all, along with Doom, that helped establish a genre that thrives to this very day with some of the biggest games on the market being first-person shooters. Now, it's a short retro first-person shooter game about escaping a gender-fascist concentration camp. Unleash your pent-up fury upon the gender-critical tyrants with an arsenal of deadly weapons and tactics and cathartic bliss. So, yeah, retro stuff from the early 90s. Consider it a creative iteration mix of Wolfenstein 3D and Doom 1. You'll be progressing through 7 levels of increasing difficulty and complexity with a set of 6 classical weapons, arsenal, and 5 traditional enemies. The game offers LGBTQA+, transgender and feminist themes of gender-critical people and what a post-war apocalyptic world would look like if gender fascists won. In this dystopian world, fascists have killed and imprisoned all transgender and queer people, subjecting them to harsh conversion therapy, imprisonment, and death. You play as an escapee fleeing their detention center while you exact your revenge. This game brings to light the very real transphobic violence many transgender people face for just existing, and draw a comparison between gender critics and Nazi Germany. Developed over 4 months, it's a solo project, blah, 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 blah. And it says it is proven... Being able to artistically express yourself is a proven way to heal trauma and possibly also move on. This game also hopes to achieve that for players who need it through gameplay that would stir up hidden and muddied emotions. Please take care of yourselves and your loved ones. So, yeah. this game exists, and it's fun. It's funny, you know. A TERF is a trans exclusionary radical feminist, I believe it stands for. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. And they refer to like J.K. Rowling, creator of the Harry Potter universe and all that, and you know the reason everybody was protesting Hogwarts Legacy because she made the simple statement that women have children, I believe, or women menstruate, no one else menstruates, you know, and everybody freaked out about it, called it anti-trans and harmful and all that. And this is, you know, a lot of people are calling to ban this game, you know, get rid of it and all that kind of stuff. You know, not recommended. For artistic expression in games, allowing boundaries to be pushed, but unleash your pen of fury and all that. You know, then there's some good ones that, you know, that give it a thumbs up and all that, but I mean, it's just this one, Woman Killing Simulator. Just call it Womanstein 3D. Better title, in my opinion. Yeah. So, you know, you have to wonder, like, this whole Hogwarts Legacy nightmare that occurred with everybody boycotting the game and the hatred that was being spewed back and forth on Twitter, as well as other social media things. The streamers getting harassed on Twitch that were getting bullied and made to cry for playing the game. You know, the female ones, of course. It's such an ugly thing to do. And they claim that they want to be accepted and all that. And I get it. Everybody wants to be accepted. And everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to be who they feel like they are. Cool. Go be you. I'm me. You know, I'm me. Whether or not you accept me for who I am, I honestly, I don't care. I don't, again, you know, I've spoken about this before. I don't care about the opinions of others, especially random people. Now, friends and family and the people that love me and that I love, well, of course I care about what they think. You know, they're important to me. People I work with, you know, am I doing a good job? Great. All right, love you guys. Perfect. No problem. A girlfriend, you know, wonderful. You love me, think I'm great. Perfect. My parents, whatever. Random dude on the internet, whatever, dude. If you don't like me, you don't like me. You know, there's billions of people in this world. Not all of them are going to like me, and I don't expect them all to like me. So, a game like this exists. Now, I wouldn't want this game to be banned because I am an absolutist when it comes to freedom of expression, especially in art, you know, being that I create art myself through movie making, writing, even creating videos is a form of art, you know, and it's a very good outlet for me, and it makes me feel great to do that kind of stuff and to share these things. So I get it, you know, create your art, you know, don't ban it. But I feel like this person is deeply disturbed and it makes me sad, you know. And this is a prime reason why I do not support movements of any sort or communities of any sort, because when you support a community, you know, oh, you're an ally or you're not. Well, I'm nobody's ally then, because I am no community's ally, because I don't support any community in its entirety. Communities are built up of many different people, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, you know, depending. And I can't support all those people because, quite frankly, some of those people are disgusting people, and I wouldn't want to support them. You know, there may be great ones in there. There may be mostly great ones, but I cannot support a community in full because, like I said, there's just awful people in all communities. So this is where you get stuck in these kind of situations. Like, you know, I've got friends in the LGBT community. I've got you know, family through my girlfriend that is and stuff like that. And while I don't completely understand where they're coming from on these things, I am not going to disrespect them, and I'm not going to come down on them for it, because I get it. Life is complicated, especially when you're young and you're becoming who you're going to be the rest of your life. You're going through your teenage years, your early 20s, whatever. You're still feeling your way out in this world. Things are scary. You no longer have the protection of the home around you so much as you get out there in the world. You want to belong. You want people to like you. You want people to care about you. You want people to respect you and all that. I get it. And I feel like this day and age, being raised with social media constantly online, has created monsters like this. And when I'm saying a monster like this, I'm not referring to the individual as a monster, but the situation that we're talking about here, where somebody is so angry and hurt that they have to create a game destroying those that they perceive as being their oppressor or somebody that's out to get them. Okay? Now, I've written stories for cathartic reasons to heal myself, and it was never a story of me, going through and killing my ex-wife because she made me so mad. It was never anything like that. These were self-reflective stories, that looking inward and all that. And that's what I think people have forgotten to do, especially younger generations. They don't have the ability to reflect inside themselves like you could back in the day, because we couldn't just hop online and go to social media or whatever, or look up a group of people that are going through the same thing. Like I've dealt with depression my whole life, and I've had some really bad moments where things almost came to an end, and I came through it eventually. And how did I do that? I did it through self-reflection and through looking inward, therapy as well. I'm not gonna lie. But I found a good therapist that I trusted. I spoke with her for a long time. I still do on a pretty much a bi-weekly basis, but now it's no longer a therapy session so much as it is we're just chit-chatting and talking about how crazy the world is and everything, So, but I feel like if you just go online and you find people that are suffering the same way you do, misery loves company. That's always the thing. And I just feel like people will feed into each other's misery like that, and it just makes it worse and worse and worse and worse. And then you end up with situations like this where you have people so angry over things and getting facts twisted so much. And if you tell, if enough people tell you a lie, you're going to believe the lie. Like the whole J.K. Rowling thing, she's anti-trans. She always supported trans people. I never liked her very much as a person because she was always way too left for my points of view, but I bought her game anyway because it looked like a fun game, and she never did anything to me personally, and I get it, and I respect her though, because she's standing up against the very people that once propped her up, and she's become vilified by them, and she's not backing down and saying, okay, I'm sorry, and going on that stupid apology tour that everybody does, where then all of a sudden it just gets worse, it seems. So I respect her for that. But so yeah, this is I don't go way off subject here, but this is a Turfenstein, $4.99. I almost bought it to play it, and then I would have refunded it right away, but I honestly don't want it tied to me in any way, shape, or form on Steam. It's just silly. It's just silly. Please don't take the game down. Yeah, here's a person that has a like-mind to me. History needs to know how hilariously deranged these people were. Got nothing wrong with these trans people, but oh my god, y'all got some crazy fanatics in your community. Big part of the status quo. Holy moly, insane people like you. P.S. The politically incorrect and rebellious era was my favorite area. I like edgy content being free for all to see because it shows us the true history of the people. So, yeah, I want this to stay up too, because it is a testament to derangement and just how far it can impact somebody. And again, I don't wish anything bad for the creator of this game, and I don't want you to go harass them or anything like that on social media. I feel bad for this person. I feel bad because they're obviously coming from a place of deep hurt. It's probably a deep-rooted sense of resentment of oneself or really low self-esteem, whatever. I don't know what has to go through your mind for you to transition yourself from, to do the things that you have to do to try to become a completely other person. It's completely alien to me, but, and I feel like it's become such a widespread problem over the last decade that things like this occurred throughout history. We've seen it in the past on a very rare basis. Some cultures might embrace that stuff a little bit more than others to some degree, but it was never on par with the level it's at today. And whenever something greatly increases over a short period of time, there's a reason for it. And my belief is The reason you see all these strange things from people that want to dress like furries to and crap in litter boxes to, you know, mutilate themselves and become another person, I think it all boils down to social media and the dopamine rush that everybody gets when they get likes and they get accepted by their peers and all that, and they get this positive affirmation for doing stuff that normally you wouldn't get positive affirmation for. Like back in my day, if I went to school dressed like a girl, I would have got my ass beat, you know, not just by random people. My friends would have beat my ass. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, bro? You know, you're not a girl, you know. And it would have been like, I was just looking for attention or whatever. You know, they wouldn't all jump around me and be like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, and you know, no. So, you know, and again, I'm not promoting violence. I'm just saying things were different back then. You had to face people in person. You had to talk about these things to another human being. And I think that's one of the biggest problems with this generation. This is a generation that was raised completely online, and it's weird. It's only going to get weirder as things get older, or as they get older and become more of a force in the workplace and all that. And I'm glad I'm in the second half of my life, guys. That's all I can say. All right, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode of the Captain's Log. As always, I'm Captain Beefy with the Game Vault. If you found this entertaining at all, please leave a like on the video and let me know your thoughts down below. Am I wrong? You know, am I wrong in what I'm thinking? Am I just too old? Or, you know, this is something that you guys see too, and what do you think it is? You know, if you just suddenly see a rise of something weird in a population, whether it be a new disease pops up or, you know, a sudden increase in heart attacks or diabetes or whatever, you know it's got to be environmental, whether it's in the foods that you're eating, the water you're drinking, the stuff you're consuming online. There's something out there that is poisoning people, and it's kind of sad. Makes me sad anyway. Alright, well, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Ring that bell for notifications. I do videos daily. The Captain's Log comes out once a week, and we might increase that in the future. We'll see. Depends on how things go. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, peace.